I hit my personal daily loss limit. What does that mean? Well, for me, it is a day of poor trade management. For me to get to the point where I hit that limit, I have to be either over trading or sized in too heavy. I have it set quite high. Not quite high, but relative to my personal daily profit target is $2,000, and my personal daily loss limit, max loss, is 1,500. So it gives me a little bit of room if I have my best day is more than my worst day can possibly be. But with the way I've been trading lately, I've been having $500 to $1,000 win days. Having a $1,600 loss day per account was actually a bit of a kick in the butt. So what I struggled with today was just having patience. I was able to see things clearly at first, and then I got frustrated. I took a second trade not looking at it clearly, which led to another loss, and then the third trade, which would have been a great winner, but I wasn't aware of my personal daily loss limit and how close I was to it, that by the time my third trade could even play out, my account got liquidated and I got locked out for the day. So just a tough day overall. Really, really tough. But again, I'm learning, I'm new, so I got to remember to be kind to myself. It's okay. Shit happens. As long as I can learn something from these mistakes and take something away from it, and then at least if you're watching this video and you can look at the mistakes I made and take something away from it, at the end of the day, then it wasn't a total loss. So let's have a look at what I was looking at in the morning. We'll go over that. Again, I always forget, but top one futures, 40% off sale right now. If you're in the market for an account, get one. Use the code TRB, 40% off any size account. If you're not in the market for an account, it's all good, but I'm exclusively trading with Top 1 Futures. I really like them at the moment. I think Project X is super clean for new traders. I think it's a solid platform to learn to trade on. When you gain more experience, you can obviously move over to Tradeovate if you want to have more options when it comes to controlling of your brackets and moving the profit into trailing stops and whatnot. Tradeovate is a good option, but for beginner traders, I don't recommend it. There's a few things that if you're not just paying attention to things, you can easily, take a loss and have a trade get picked up or something, or an order get picked up when you're not even at the desk, and it's not cool. But yeah, we'll look at the trades. I went 0 for 3 today. Have a look at everything, and let's go over that. So getting to the desk, we had this beautiful move up yesterday. We finally took out, this range that we were kind of stuck in for since I believe last Wednesday, and price pushed higher. And then you can see in the overnight session, it kind of just chopped around. The sellers got control for a bit, buyer stepped back in, and then here at 8 a.m., there was no news, but it must have been a tweet or something came out. I wasn't at the desk, but you get this pull down. We're below previous day's point of control, but we have previous day's value area low way down here. And again, you know what I say, unless I could see price chopping around in here. But again, if we can get above this previous day's point of control and we can take this previous day's value area high, I got a naked point of control up here at 6,008. Now, one thing I would take into consideration is this level, 6,000. Look at this here. It pinned 6,000 how many times? And even when you go back and look on the chart here, we have not been able to get back above 6,000 until we had this break. But even here, the 6,000 level, which is previous day's value area high roughly, look at how it's support and resistance. So coming back to the actual market itself and what price was doing, me coming into it, I'm looking, to be honest, I got to be long bias. We got another higher low here. Look at the way price stayed up here all night. I don't think until we take these previous day's value area low level, I could look for shorts. But again, in the short term, if this is going to be a rangy day, I could see, you got a 17-point short down to there versus a 17-point long from there. I could see price wanting to pull down a previous day's value area low. But like I said, if we can take these two levels, I can see this get tapped. But we really have to pay attention to 6,000. And 6,000 was a key level actually today when I was trading and watching it on Bookmap. And let's look at the first trade that I took. The way I marked it up again is I did it like this, just so you could understand my thought process and kind of feel what I was thinking instead of having 3 individual trades. I like it when I have bad days or when it's tilty behavior. I like to mark it all up on one chart so it kind of this is how I'm thinking, and this is how it's like bang, 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 bang. There's no clarity, right? And I'll get into it, and we'll kind of walk through it, and I'll break it down for you exactly what happened. And after going through and doing this markup and reading it a few times and talking it out loud, more things stood out to me, and I realized originally I thought I had taken 3 valid entries and 3 losers, and I was just over leveraged in all 3 trades. Well, that's not what happened. After looking at it multiple times, there was some key mistakes made here. So here we got news coming in at 10 a.m. I like this push higher. We take New York VWAP. You know, the buyers are strong coming into the market open. We get a nice hold of the New York VWAP here. We push higher. There's orders sitting at 6,000, a big fat order block that I'm watching, and I'm just waiting for this, thinking it's going to get filled. So now with this hold of this New York VWAP, and as we push higher, I decide to get long, thinking these orders at 6,000 are going to fill. I know news is coming in 15 minutes, but I want to be in and out of this trade before then. That's my thesis behind it, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I just got to be really, aggressive with this trade. And I set a super tight stop, which I'm okay with. If we take these lows, I can see price wanting to pull back down. This was a high risk trade, so I got 15 micros on. I'm okay with it because I'm looking for 5 points either direction. And if I take a loss on it, it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. I'm totally fine with it. So I take the trade. Price comes back on me. I get stopped out. My stop's too tight. No big deal. I'm down $318, whatever. News comes in at 10 a.m. and the sellers try to take over, but you can see the pin here down a previous day's point of control, and basically price pulls back up to the value area high. I take this as a entry signal for a buy. The next candle prints. It's bullish, obviously. Now, the key thing I missed is I should have waited for a break of the New York VWAP. I didn't. And what is my golden rule? And what I've been preaching for the last month, 6 weeks, do not fight the VWAP. I don't think I've taken a trade on the wrong side of the New York VWAP in the last 6 weeks. I got to go back and look at them, but I'm pretty sure I have not. And what happens? Price immediately rejects the New York VWAP. This time I'm in too heavy. I'm in 30 micros thinking I'm just going to get a short move. This thing's going to take the New York VWAP. I'll catch some of that loss back. Like, this is where the irrational thinking starts to come in. And originally I thought this was a great entry. Looking at this now, very, very poor entry. I should have waited for a clean break. Instead of playing the news momentum and this pulled back and this is going to do this now, it's news. You never know. And what happens? Price rejects on me right away, comes back, I get stopped out. I'm down $1,000 in each account. So I'm down $1,300 on the trade. My max loss limit is $1,575. So let's call it $1,600. I should have walked away from the desk. I should have just 2 trades, 2 losers, same direction. I should be done. Again, I'm not seeing clear. I take a short position, which is not a bad thesis. We're below the value area high. We're coming. I think we can take this back down a point of control. Even previous days New York VWAP. When I get in the short, that's my target. There's orders sitting at 59.80, a large block that I could see wanting to fill. The CVD has flipped now. It's negative. Everything is telling me that we're going to get a push lower. I enter 15 micro short. As we come down here and I'm getting more excited about, getting the loss back, I decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to add another 15 micros and I'm going to make it easy so I can get out at previous day's point of control. Now, what I didn't realize I did there was when I added those 15 micros, I'm in 30 now. I brought my sell price down even lower, so it's a shittier sell price. And price pulls back on me, and it pulled back on me just enough that I hit my personal daily loss limit and the account got liquidated. The trade got liquidated and the account got locked out for the day. And what did price do? Price pushed lower and hit my TP. Now, if I had just kept my 15 micros, not gotten greedy, thought clearly, the thesis wasn't terrible. We're below the VWAPs. Everything's telling me the short idea is going to play. If I just would have stuck with my 15 micros, I think I would have been up a few $100s, if not maybe more. And what did I do? I just totally flubbed it. So, this just goes back to not thinking clearly. I should have walked away from the desk. I should have just took my $1,300 loss in each account and walked away and been down $2,600 versus being down $3,200. That's what a real trader would have done. A good trader would have walked away and said, you know what, I took 2 losses, same direction. I need to walk away from this. So It is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on it. You can look at it, read it. You can see I made multiple mistakes. And initially when this all happened, I tried to convince myself that there were 3 valid entries. Well, trade 1 is valid. Trade 3 is valid. Trade 2 is no bueno. Broke all my rules. Not a good day. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to come back strong tomorrow. I'm going to, not let this bring me down. But I just have to also be aware of the mistakes I made, and I can't be making mistakes like this. These are not mistakes I can afford to make in the long run, or these accounts won't survive. So let's have a quick look at the calendar, see where I'm at there, and yeah, it hurts, it stings, but I got to show this to you, right? Because you got to see it. $3,200. I was up, close to $1,000 to start the week. I'm down $2,400 now. So I got a lot of work to do. If I can get rid of some of this and make it a small red, I'll be okay with it. If I can make it a small green, even better. But let's just try and work on this. If I don't get it all back, it's not the end of the world. I got 3 more weeks left in this month. I can easily, come back from this. I'm not worried about it in that sense. So not a good day. Tons of lessons learned. If you are watching this, please take something away from this video. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you had a day like this. Let me know how your day went. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. I want you to follow along. This is getting exciting. I said this, I don't know when I started this in January, how exciting this journey would be, and every day is getting more and more exciting. So enjoy the day. Cheers. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.